right, so I'm just gonna make this short and sweet. Give me the Raiders over the Rams. The Rams look absolutely terrible. I don't think I've ever seen a Super Bowl slump this bad. We've seen Super Bowl slumps, but I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. I expect nothing from the Rams, especially with Matthew Stafford being put on IR this week. Yeah, Rams may not win another game this year, except against my Broncos. Number 2, give me the Cowboys over the Texans. That's going to be another gimme. The Texans are another team that absolutely just looked terrible this season. I don't expect anything from them. I expect another blowout. I don't know if the Cowboys will drop another 50 points, but drop another 50 piece, but it's going to be a blowout. And then for the upset of the week, Shawn, I'm going to need you to not make me look bad this week, man, because I'm going to take your Giants over the Eagles. I'm not sure what the point differential is. If you know it, Shawn, could you tell me and the listeners really quick?
6.5.
6.5. Oh, that's a little bit too high. They're really taking you guys for granted. Look, man, I understand the Giants are coming off a tie. They didn't lose. They're coming off a tie against a very good Commanders team. We all got to admit the NFC East is probably the best division in all of football this season. But I think this is going to be a game that comes down to the wire. The Giants are at home. Give me a 17. No, actually, you know it's going to be a little higher than that. Give me a 24-21 Giants win by a field goal to close it off. And, yeah, there you go. Giants over the Eagles.
TK, I know you just picked my team to win. Unfortunately, I'm going to now have to pick your team to lose. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs over the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos have looked absolutely terrible. Russell Wilson has looked washed. Nathaniel Hackett is going to get fired at the end of the season. Second lock of the week, I think you said this, TK, the Dallas Cowboys over the Houston Texans. The line is 17 points. 17 is like one of the most, probably the most this season, certainly. One of the most I've ever seen in an NFL game. Absolutely insane line. The Cowboys have looked great, especially on defense. The Texans seem like they're tanking right now. They're going for that number 1 pick. They're going for Bryce Young. The Cowboys are going to dominate this game. My upset of the week. I'm a little surprised this is an upset. I know the Lions have looked very good. The 5-7 Detroit Lions are favored over the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings. I don't know who decided that, who came up with that line. That was very surprising to me. I get that the Lions have looked very impressive in recent weeks, and the Vikings have been a little bit on a downturn. However, it's still 10-2 versus 5-7. The Vikings are going to win this game.
All right, my first lock of the week. It's going to be the Cowboys over the Texans because, once again, another Mickey Mouse opponent for the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, it's quite shameless. It's quite shameless that they have such an easy schedule that they could just troll through. No, that they could just trek through, the regular season with ease. It's terrible for the league. Obviously, they're not that good of a team. They keep facing on easy opponents. So I'm going. You guys win. You guys win, right? This is a Mickey Mouse team because they're facing Mickey Mouse opponents. In the Houston Texans are a bad football team, so obviously the Cowboys should win this game. And my second lock of the week, I'm going to go also with the Chiefs over the Broncos because the Broncos are bad. There's no running around that part. They're bad. My upset of the week, let's go with Chargers over the Dolphins. For the Dolphins, this is a team that's just kind of got humbled, I think, this past week against a really good defense in 49ers. And I know that they're probably going to want to come out very angry in that game and score, pretty much every possession. But this is a game that the Chargers need to win. They lost against the Raiders. So not only do you lose in the division, but now you are sitting at 500. If you're the Chargers and you want to make the playoffs, that's the one thing that you have not been able to do for the last 5-6 years. You have to win this game. And before we go to the next person, I just want to say thank you, TK, for your picks, for you picking the Giants over the Eagles, because I actually did my research. I had a feeling that you're going to pick the Giants in this game to pick my Eagles, or to beat my Eagles. You are actually 2-0. The Eagles are 2-0 in weeks where you decide to pick against us. So, let's shoot for 3-0.
When you have a schedule playing against middle schoolers, that's bound to happen, PC. You're bound. It's you know what, PC?
It's just funny.
No, PC Kellerman. I don't know, since you want to go here,
funny.
it's actually quite pathetic that you're not undefeated, quite honestly. Let's be honest. It's quite pathetic that you're not undefeated. Let's be honest.
Any given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday is what we always talk about with
Oh,
the NFL. I mean, for
yeah.
goodness sake, we had a season where the Broncos were supposed to be playoff contenders, and now you're about to be a top 5 pick. So I mean, at that point, like you got talk about it like that. We've had this season the Colts beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Cowboys blew lead against the Packers. Anything can happen in the NFL, so I don't even want to hear that. I just said that you're undefeated when you pick against my Eagles. So for that, I hope that we win this week so that we can stay undefeated. So thank you, TK. Thanks.
For my first lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Broncos. Actually, the Chiefs over the Broncos. The Broncos are done. We can all agree they're not going to win another game, honestly. My second lock of the week is going to be the Cowboys over the Texans. Honestly, the Cowboys are going to destroy the Texans. Texans are done. They're not going to win another game, I don't think. Maybe they win the last game of the season, but they're not going to win another game anytime soon. For my upset of the week, I'm surprised nobody took a look at this game. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers over the 49ers. The quarterback issues with the Niners, I think they're going to have a little trouble this week against that defense of Tampa. That Tampa defense is still good. And Tom Brady, I think, should at least, put some points against the Niners defense. I think they're going to be able to get a turnover or two from this quarterback that the Niners are using right now. So I could see the upset of the Buccaneers winning in San Francisco.
All right, for my first lock, I'm going to pick the Steelers over my Ravens because I don't know if Lamar's playing that game, and we always struggle against the Steelers, even with Lamar playing. Don't know why. I guess that's just a rivalry thing, but I do not trust Tyler Huntley against T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt is going to eat him alive, and I don't want to see that on national television. I still hate you, Pittsburgh. All right, number 2, I'm going to pick the Vikings over the Lions because the Lions stink. The Vikings are one of the best teams in the NFC. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL, and I will keep saying this over Devontae Adams. It's close, but I'm still picking Justin Jefferson because his route running is absolutely incredible.
The Lions just dropped 40. What part of the Lions suck?
Mid. I don't care. They're still mid. And my upset, I'm picking the New York Jets to upset the Buffalo Bills yet again because my boy Mike, because the Jets, they are not a pushover team anymore. This Jets team is special. This is probably the best Jets team I've ever seen since Mark Sanchez was quarterback and Rex Ryan was the head coach and Santonio Holmes was the wide receiver and Brandon Marshall. I mean, dang, this is probably the best Jets team I've ever seen since that time. And that was 10, 12 years ago. So I'm guessing the Jets are going to come into Buffalo and they're going to upset the Buffalo Bills. And Dezzy is going to cry. She's going to weep. She is going to sob. And I am all in for that.
It's crazy. I was waiting for one of y'all to pick that game because I knew it. I knew it was coming. Somebody's going to do it. I knew one of you was going to do it. But that's okay.
No, what's crazy is going to 4 Super Bowls and not winning any of them. Can we start the game, please? Thank you.
If you made it to the end of this video, you get to listen to the King Toluwani Akintunde. Well, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the We Hate Sports YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out audio EPs in the description below.